When we think of the brand Citizen, we usually think of their Eco Drive, their solar-driven quartz watches that they make so well. But maybe you didn't know that Citizen also makes automatic watches. And we're going to be looking at one of those today. We have this budget diver, that's kind of what I'm calling it. Entry-level dive watch from Citizen, an automatic dive watch. And this is the piece we're going to look at today. I did an unboxing of this a few months ago and I'm finally getting around to doing a full review. So we're going to go into all the specs and features of this watch, all the details of the size, and just give you my thoughts of this piece, if it's something that I recommend or something that I don't really recommend. So thanks for tuning in to today's video. I hope that you will subscribe. Because this watch that we're reviewing today is going to be included in our upcoming 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed. We've crossed over that 1,000 subscriber threshold, so stay tuned. In a few videos from now, we're going to be doing an amazing giveaway, giving away multiple watches potentially, and this one will be included in that giveaway. But without further ado, let's get into the review of this diver from Citizen. Well, here is the piece under review today. This is the NH8385-11E. I think this model might be a European model. I'm not sure. I don't think I saw it on the American website, but someone can correct me on that. We're going to get into the specs and features real quick. Just want to do a quick wrist check. I'm wearing another dive watch, a different kind of dive watch. This is the Alpina Sea Strong Diver Heritage. This is a compressor style dive watch, one of my most favorite pieces in my collection. And if you're interested in this piece, there will be a review linked in the description. So I hope you'll go over and see that as well. Well, let's talk about this budget-friendly dive piece from Citizen. Let's talk about some specs and features here. Already said the model number, so you can look that up if you're interested. The movement that they use, of course, is an automatic movement. You can see the sweeping second hand there going along. This is the caliber 8200 from Citizen, which has been around for quite a while. I've been doing some research on it, and it's a pretty standard movement, but it's a hard-working, durable movement. I'll talk a little bit more about it in a second. The crystal, as far as I can tell, and from my research, is a mineral crystal. The case material is stainless steel, and as you can see on the watch, it's black and it has an IP coating. The case diameter is 46 millimeters, so it's a little bit bigger watch. Case thickness is 12.5 as I measured it. The lug-to-lug distance is 48 millimeters, which is not too bad considering the case diameter is 46, so you only have a couple more millimeters of the distance from lug to lug. The lug width here is 24 millimeters. The band material is a rubber polyurethane. The water resistance on this dive watch is 100 meters, and the weight comes in at 117 grams on this rubber strap. So the movement, the caliber 8200 from Citizen, is a 21 joule movement. From my research, beats at 21,600 beats per hour. There is hand winding on this watch, but it doesn't hack, and as you can see, there is a day and a date window, and it was hard to find the exact power reserve. I saw one site that said it has a 40-hour power reserve, and then I saw another one that said it has a 45-hour power reserve, so maybe someone knows exactly what it is, but it's somewhere around 40 hours. So it's definitely a workhorse from Citizen. They've used it in a number of watches. A lot of the automatic pieces that they put out have this caliber 8200 movement in it. Let's talk about the design and durability of this watch, starting off with the case. As you can see, it's black, pretty much blacked out except for the case back and the indices and the writing on the dial, and of course around the bezel as well. But it's pretty much a blacked out, kind of a tactical feel to it. The case again has that ion plating coating as well as on the buckle here. This is not a small watch in diameter, but the lugs are short enough that on a wrist size like mine, someone with a 6.5-inch wrist like mine, it still wears pretty well, even though the diameter is a little bit larger. You can see it on my wrist in these shots, and so for me, I was comfortable wearing it. Didn't think I would have a problem wearing it if I were to keep this watch. The case has somewhat of a unique feature in that it has a small shroud around the bezel that you can see there. It doesn't go all the way around. There are some notches so you can get a grip on the bezel, but you can see it kind of starts over here at the 4 o'clock and it goes over to the 8 o'clock, and then it picks up again over here at 10 o'clock and goes over to 2 o'clock. So there's a little bit of protection, I guess, from banging the bezel, but either way, and we're jumping to talking about the bezel a little bit, the bezel is easy to grip and easy to manipulate. The case, or excuse me, yeah, the case back kind of has some polished portions around the edge, and it is a screw down case back, as you can see, and there are some small crown guards protecting the crown here on the case as well, and the crown is pretty much about at the 4 o'clock position. The crown is just a simple push-pull crown. At the stationary position here, you can wind the movement. You pull it out to the first position that adjusts the date. Let me move the hands out of the way here. The first position adjusts the day and the date as well, so you can see, and then the second position adjusts the time. If you go backwards, at one point I had the second hand stopping for a second when I was doing this off camera, but as you can see, there's no real hacking to this movement, the caliber 8200. Let me get it back to English day there. I don't speak French or whatever that is. Let's talk about the bezel. The bezel is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. To me, the feeling seems a little cheap. The sound is not very appealing to me, but it does the job. There is quite a bit of back play. If I put it here at the 12 o'clock, you can see that there's quite a bit of back play on that bezel action. So that's unfortunate. I don't like to see that usually, but I'm sure this bezel will do the job. It seems like it's made out of stainless steel, and I'm not sure about this insert. Of course, it's not loomed or anything like that, but it could be some sort of aluminum insert. Possibly. I did not find any information on that. But again, it's got these large portions around the bezel that make it easy to grip. Even if you were to try and grip it where the shroud is, you still can do that with no issue, and it's easy to use. Talking about the dial really is my favorite part of this watch. The design is simple, the indices are large, the hands are super large as well, the hour hand and the minute hand especially, and this watch is just super legible when you're reading the time. And I'm going to put in a lume shot here, and you can see the lume. It's glowing pretty good, but I think I have had some Citizen watches that are a little bit better than this, but the fat indices here have a lot of lume on them, so I'm pretty satisfied. But again, about this dial, I just love the neon orange that they kind of threw in on the minute hand and a little bit on the second hand. I think it gives the watch a unique look and feel, and I think it goes really well with the black and the white portions that you see. You see the day and date window there on the dial. It's legible enough. Could be a little bit bigger, but I did not have any problem reading it at all. So the dial is really a nice feature to this watch. It's really what drew me to this piece, and I really enjoy everything about this dial. Let's talk about the band really quick. It's rubber polyurethane band. It seems very durable. It's quite thick. As you can see, it kind of has these bump outs here. I don't know what they call that exactly. I kind of call it a diver style rubber strap. There are a couple keepers here, and then you can see the buckle is solid, and it has that IP coating as well, and it has Citizen's name there on the buckle. Stainless steel. So the band seems strong and durable, but still it's flexible, and it was comfortable to wear on the wrist. As we close out this video, let's talk about the price before I give my final verdict about this watch. The price is reasonable, and that's what drew me to this piece, is the reasonable price, budget-friendly price. I picked up this watch from eBay, shipped to my house for around $140, so I thought that was pretty good for an automatic dive piece. On Amazon, I looked it up. It looks like this same watch is going for around $165, so a little bit more there. But if you look around on the internet, you might be able to find it even cheaper than the $140 that I got it for. There are some other colorways for this watch. Let me put up a couple pictures right here of some different colors, and there will be links to all of these down in the description. And I do use affiliate links with Amazon and eBay, just so you know that, and that is mentioned down below in the description as well. If you choose to use those links and you make a purchase, then I just get a little bit of a commission from those purchases, and there's no extra charge for you. But those links are there in the description if you're interested in this one or any of the other colorways as well. Let me get back in front of the camera and give you my final verdict about this automatic dive watch from Citizen. Although this is far from a professional dive watch, I really believe that Citizen did a good job in creating an automatic dive piece that would be considered entry level, in my opinion. There's a lot of wonderful things about this watch, but there's probably some things that we would like to see changed. But if we changed those things, the price would probably go up, and it wouldn't be as budget friendly as it is right now. So if you're in the market for something that's a little bit cheaper but is still a dive watch and it's automatic, I think this is a great piece. Of course, if I were to change anything, I'd like to see a screw down crown. And I'd like to see the case size a little bit smaller. But if you're in the market for something that's maybe a little bit more professional, has more water resistant, Citizen does have some of these watches right here. They're automatic as well. I think they're the model number NY0086. They come in a few different colors. They're 200 meter water resistant. I think they're ISO certified. So if you have a little bit bigger budget, these watches might be for you. But again, if your budget is a little bit smaller, you're looking for an automatic dive piece, this one from Citizen is a good option. So check it out. Let me know what you think about this watch down in the comments. Do you like it? I like the black. I love that orange, the dial, the fat hands, and the large indices. The legibility of this watch is great. But I want to know what you think about it. Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Please subscribe. Again, you're not going to want to miss a couple videos from now when we do our 1,000 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you hit that notification bell to stay up to date and to stay current when that video does get published. So it's going to be a great giveaway. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in to J City Reviews. We'll see you next time.